Good, thanks. So I will try to be as quick as possible. So basically, I will explain. Oh, sorry, there's a kind of okay. So I explain what the WCRP Academy is and the motivation behind the academy and how you, as in the audience, can get involved. So I am actually here on behalf of a large group of experts that I will introduce later on. So the motivation behind the WCRP Academy. So more than ever, the world needs climate experts. And climate expertise is particularly needed in countries that are most vulnerable to the negative impacts of climate change. And well, it's interesting to see this sentence, the world needs climate experts. And when I read this sentence the first time, it came to my mind a funny situation that happened with me last week when my cousin called me desperate because of the hurricane that hit New York last week and the huge drought that Brazil is facing right now. So, and then he knows that I work with climate change, and he called me and he told me that we climate experts must save the world. So it sounds a bit pretentious that the world needs climate experts, but given the despair of my cousin, I think that this sentence made sense. So the second motivation is, although there is a large amount of excellent climate science training available, coordination of access to this training would benefit those looking for it. And the third motivation is that the provision of climate science training could be made more efficient and sustainable by better connecting the providers and also the consumers of climate science training. Well, the challenge is that there are some barriers to better climate science training. So the first is that no institution can provide the complete training that, let me say, the modern climate scientists need. The second challenge is that climate science training could be made more useful if designed with the impact of climate variability and change on society in mind. Then barriers to access to training are primarily geographical and financial, not a lack of prior learning or design of training. And then the delivery of climate science training needs governmental, institutional, and philanthropic grants and paid for training. And last but not least, training at the scale and quality required for the next generation of climate scientists will require delivered both online and in-person training. So what is the WCRP Academy Lighthouse Activities? So the focus is that to train future generation of climate scientists. So for that, it will be developed a kind of a marketplace for climate science training, where the climate training providers can just place their offers there, and then users can search for specific trainings and find out what is available. So inward facing, this is the consolidation and register of WCRP training activities, guidance and support for the WCRP training activities and community building. While taking outward facing, so consolidation of training opportunities from external providers, and identifying training gaps and facilitating new training, and also address global inequities. So the timeline, the setup of the WCRP Academy, it's about 2 years, and the horizon of activities is 5 to 10 years. So the WCRP Academy is divided in 3 working groups. So we have the shares, and then we have the working group 1, which is the stock take. The goal of this working group is to design a mechanism to understand what training is available and what training is needed. In the long term, it aims to how to operationalize this function. And current work is definitions, develop, and stock take survey. The second working group is identity and the portal itself, so the website. So the goal is to establish a value proposition and a brand, to develop the web portal itself. In the long term, is to provide guides to develop of the platform. And the current work is landing page, name, logo, portal requirements. So all of this is included in this working group too. And the third group is about finance. So the aim is to establish a business model on how to run these, let me say, the marketplace website, and also to build a proposal and options. Long-term is financial sustainability and mechanisms, and current work is looking for funding sources. So this is the group, the WCRP Academy Science Development Team. As you can see, it's a very diverse group, which includes members from all around the world, but also from different career levels. Like FIBA and I, we are early career researchers and members of the Young Earth System Scientist community. In short, the YES community. So if you are early career, so I strongly recommend joining the YES community. There are a lot of opportunities there. So concerning the working group 1 activity, is based on the stocktake survey. So this survey was launched, I guess, about 1 or 2 months ago, and it is still open, and it takes about 20 minutes to fill up. So I strongly recommend you to do the survey, and also to invite everybody that you know that might be interested in climate science training. And very important, there will be a prize draw, so don't miss it. And you can see here there is like the web page address on the bottom of the presentation. On the right side there is the QR code, so if you just take your cell phone and take a picture, so it will link directly to the survey. And well, so far we gathered more than 400 responses. This is just like a preliminary result in terms of geographic representation of the responses in South America. And as you can see here, so most of the responses so far from South America, they come from Brazil, followed by Argentina, Colombia, and Ecuador. And yes, there are some countries that are still missing, like Bolivia, Chile, French Guiana, Paraguay, Suriname, and Venezuela. So if you are from any of these countries, so I strongly invite you to take part and to do the survey. And well, how to get involved? So there are many ways. The first one is to participate in the stocktake survey that will be open until November. So please encourage colleagues and students to take part in to identify the near future and long-term training needs. And also look out for the results of the stocktake to be published by the end of 2021, perhaps the beginning of 2022. So we will be able to answer, so where there is the gap and how could your organization provide training. And well, and then soon, maybe I guess in the beginning of the next year, we will start with the marketplace for climate science training, and the annual stocktake of available training gaps. So we will take the stocktake will be taken every year, no? And well, there will also be a call for nominations for the new chair and also for a consultant for the academy. And we will also participate in a workshop at the International Conference on Southern Hemisphere Meteorology and Oceanography 2022. And this workshop will be about assessing the climate science training needs for the Global South. So you can also read more about in those links. And so if you wish to get in contact regarding this activity, please email Narelle. She's also here and she can help me answer any questions. Thank you.